Hey nerds, join us on Discord and hit that subscribe button.
The gods are real. This is Sika.
I'm Thessaly.
Oma.
Kellic. Flynn. And I'm your DM, Seth. Welcome to Venture Forth. When last we left our heroes. That's you guys.
That's us.
It's me.
It's me.
After securing Darham Keep with the contingent of Andalian soldiers you brought along with you for the raid on the weapons cache located there, you all made your way across the city and returned once more to Ironlight Castle. There, you were met with dire news that while Flynn's class of sentinels were successful in their own raid of the Wyvern encampment within the city and had successfully destroyed the Alchemist's Fire manufacturing facility, their victory was a bittersweet one and came at a steep cost. During the raid, several of the sentinels were injured, and Zorkal had fallen to a Wyvern stinger. Out of magical energy for the day, you all found your way to an early rest. As the nightfall came across Addersfeld and the worst of the fighting subsided for the evening, a momentary lull in the chaos as combatants get to rest. And during that rest, Flynn, thanks to magical spells his father had developed, was able to hold a brief reunion with his parents, Nora and Bodri.
Papa.
Telling them of his pains, his fears, and the successes he and his fellow agents of repair have had along their long and winding path. Flynn was able to share keepsakes of his journeys with his parents, reminded of the many paths traveled, and also reminded of some things he maybe had forgotten or lost along the way. Elsewhere, Seeker and Thessaly had a conversation with Birdie, their newfound friend and problem?
Yep.
No
question mark there.
Yeah. Problem? But after careful deliberation, arrived at a decision as to what to do with them moving forward, and how they may be able to help in the efforts of ending the war that continues to ravage the continent.
Help us.
Help.
In another part of the tower later that evening, Kellic and Thessaly convened, watching over the fires of Addersfeld, while Kellic unburdened himself of his fears around Zorkal's impending resurrection attempt, and was finally able to share with someone close to him the responsibilities he feels and the weights he often carries unseen as others look to him to mend that which has been broken. But eventually, you all found your way to rest, and awakened in the early morning before dawn has touched Elbor, and gathered around in the darkened chamber underneath Ironlight Castle, where together you began the ritual to restore Zorkal's life. Kellic used his connection to Zachriel to grab fast to Zorkal's worn thread of life and guide the spirit of Zorkal back to his mortal vessel. Seeker reached out to Loris for aid, using his own distinct connection to the divine. Birdie used her own peculiar gifts to tread the line between life and death and called to the spirit of the fallen warrior, while Flynn used yet another memento he's found along this road to remind Zorkal of his life and the work yet left to do. Together, you all restored Zorkal's spirit to his body, and as the rest of the sentinels and Zorkal celebrated this return, Birdie, one of the watchful eyes of Seeker, slipped out of the doorway beyond the gates of Ironlight Castle, but not before receiving a parting gift from our resident rogue. So it is that we return to the darkened chamber. Zorkal has been returned to life, and the exclamations of joy begin to calm as the conversation with Flynn and Kellic resolves itself. The tears of joy begin to dry from the various faces of the sentinels, and you look around and notice now that Birdie is gone, and the day is yours. What do you all wish to do?
Where'd that one person go?
Well, what?
Who?
Birdie, I think. That?
Nah.
We forgot. Did we... Were you looking after her, Alma? Or...
Well, no.
Yeah,
Ah,
they,
I was talking to Zorkal.
it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. They slipped out.
well, they helped us revive Zorakal, so...
We had a conversation.
I mean, I feel like good riddance, like no more problems, no more.
Don't think they were that bad.
I know you
Are
don't.
you kidding? They delivered a horrible weapon to a criminal.
They are going to try to rectify that.
They're gonna find the bomb?
Yes.
Oh.
Are they gonna tell us where it is when
Yes.
they find it?
We think.
Did you give them ink?
Yes.
We hope.
Of course.
I look at the scroll.
Not blinking.
Didn't she mention something about like a tear?
Right, some sort of crack
Did she
in the
tell you
world.
where that was?
She described
Did she
it.
mention it was in the city?
In the city
It's
somewhere.
in the
Okay.
yes, it's in Addersfeld.
Well, and I sort of like get up from where I was on the ground, kind of dust myself off, and
Maybe we give you a bit of a break, considering you just brought someone back to
I
life.
mean,
no, that's all right.
That's
We
what
have
talking
much
about.
to do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, are we supposed
Pretty
to
cool.
have like aren't we supposed to have more people coming by now?
Yeah.
From
The reinforcements
Yeah.
from Westreach. Is that
No,
right?
not from
No,
From
Westreach.
the
No, they
east
were
somewhere,
coming
right?
from
Oh, right, the fort to the east.
from like a
Past
real
Elbor.
close. Yeah, like a close fort.
I don't
So
know.
should we go
we
talk to the
the
general?
captain?
Captain? Yeah, the captain.
Unkar.
Unkar.
If not that,
Sure.
because we have a couple of options before us here, we should consider. Obviously, there's this strange vision that Birdie had, which I
Mhm.
am inclined to believe based on what I've seen her do. But also, there's the general, the camp at the
Right.
south.
Right, and we gotta try to get her to stop the fighting?
Aye.
Which one should we take care of first, the tear or the general?
The general.
I feel like the general
because then we'll have free range to take care of the tear.
I don't want to
Well,
do that
what if
while a
the tear-
city is.
Tear's open while we're dealing with the general.
What
well,
did
then
that-
the tear's open while we're dealing with the general.
But if we do the tear and the general's not planning anything right
My
now.
feeling is
Well-
we know more about the general,
Mhm,
so it's
mhm.
a
We
more
also-
achievable goal.
We
than
also don't
whatever
know.
The tear.
We also don't want to have to deal with an opposing army while we're dealing with the tear, which we might have to do if we don't do the general first.
Given our efforts, I'm inclined to believe that we've had some success in securing the city. We should check in with Dizzy, I suppose, to see how
Yeah.
the Lord's Banner's faring.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
You
Oh,
wanna
because
do
they
that?
were about to engage with more
Aye,
soldiers
with
as well.
the rest
Do you
of
wanna
those
check in?
soldiers. Let's talk to Unkar.
Maybe he knows?
And start, but yes, because then I can convey anything he wishes as
Right.
well.
Right, and maybe he knows another person who could also send a little communique.
Right, I assume they have messengers, if not casters.
That way you don't have to.
Aye, yeah, that just take a bit out of me.
Yeah. We should really have somebody else in our team who knows how to do that.
You
Who knows how to bring a person? Oh, do you mean? Oh,
No.
oh all right.
No, who knows how to talk to people from a
Reach
certain
out the
way.
weave to speak with people.
Maybe we can tell someone
Right.
on their side, because didn't one of them in the first blades, didn't they? You do magic, can't they send a
Someone-
message once in a while?
someone-
They
said
were
they
able
could.
to use Alma's spell
Yeah.
to change the appearances, but it's
Oh, I
a
don't-
different school,
Okay.
different kind of magic. One way or another, they can communicate via the scroll as well.
with the yes, because I check it, and
That you do.
that was really cool.
Ah.
What you just did.
Oh, the miracle he just worked was pretty cool. Seeker, give a bit of compliment, please.
No, I know how much that word seems to mean to you, so I
Yeah, that
take
was
it.
high praise.
I take it for the compliment it is. I wouldn't call it cool myself, but I
thought
appreciate
it. Was cool.
I agree.
Zorko, right.
Well, if Zorkal thinks it's cool.
He looks. I mean, he's very. You know the toll that
Yes.
he takes. He is.
Yeah.
He has basically like -4 to everything.
until he sleeps. Yeah.
He is, for all intents and purposes, out of the fight for the remainder of the siege.
Maybe you should take a nap.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
I hear they have pretty good quarters in this castle.
They're terrible, but
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So we should go find the captain.
I think
Uncar
that's the best.
door.
Okay.
I can. I will at least be at the meeting, the first one. Yeah.
Oh, if you want.
Whatever
Or
you're
you can
comfortable
take a
with.
nap.
I do recommend you take it easy. It's more than just the strain on your body that you've been through.
I feel it.
It'll take some time, but it'll pass.
Pierre,
I think
help me up. Yes, and he like grabs him and like Pierre's pretty strong for how like lithe he kind of looks.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny because Zorkal's just this hulking man, and so Pierre looks quite small next to him. But at point of order, if I do recall, I think you said resurrection. Did we mean raised dead? Because I don't think we have a diamond big enough for resurrection. I know you have one for raised dead though, because the queen gave you a 300 and a 500 gold piece diamond.
But also,
But we
I
also
don't want you
had.
to be out of 7th level slot if you could be out of 5th.
But I
Cecily
also.
had a big one.
Oh.
I had a vial of crushed diamond.
Right. Okay. It's
Remember-
up to you. Those
remember
two
the giant
spells, raised
ash
dead, would have worked.
That you found.
Yeah.
So
but
if
we
you
didn't-
don't want to, it's up to
Oh,
you.
we did.
I
We
just
used
wanted to call that to your attention
I
in case.
appreciate it.
That way
Thank
you can
you.
save because the 7th level spell
But yeah,
instead
totally
of
up
instead
to.
of the
I
5th.
don't know.
Because I know you always have raised dead
Well, that's
prepared.
It's a
very
gift.
clear.
Take
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. That's
And
Sorry, I wasn't
and
trying
they have
to-
the same exact effects. Both of them
Mhm.
have that like, he's warm,
Okay.
coming back from the dead is hard. So,
Okay.
but it's
Isn't
of
it?
course up to you. If you would like to maintain
Yeah.
that you used resurrection, we'll just
Like-
make sure that the diamond vial is consumed. Otherwise, the 500 gold piece that Isolde gave you, Queen Isolde gave you, is
The
is,
500
is
diamond.
500 gold piece diamond. Correct. Mhm.
What's
Yeah,
the
'cause-
what's the difference then? Is it just a even longer time? 'Cause you could
Resurrection
do-
can do anything that's died within like the last 100 years or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So it's just a lot
But what's
longer.
the
yeah.
diamond? What call?
Casting time wise, I'm pretty sure.
No,
there's
how much diamond does it require?
500 gold. Resurrection I think is 1,000
Okay.
Oh.
gold
Okay.
pieces.
Mm.
Or it's 1,000 gold piece diamond. I'm unclear on whether or not like it has to be a single diamond or it just has to be 1,000 gold pieces worth
Sure.
of diamond.
Sure.
I'm
But
not
even
sure.
so, we don't because
I'll
we've
think
got
about it.
500,
I'll take
300,
the
and
kindness.
150.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
reason
I mean, if you're gonna be
thought I
kind,
had to
yeah.
use
So it's raised
resurrection.
dead.
No,
I
but
wasn't
yeah.
trying to make an argument
No,
for
no,
it.
no.
I was
Raised
just
dead
offering.
is any creature that's died within the last 10 days. So
Right.
Zorkal definitely qualified. I just wanted to make sure you weren't out of 7th if you
I
didn't have to
appreciate.
be.
Yeah. Perfect. That's great.
Of course.
I
of
appreciate
course.
having a 7th
Sweet.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 1/7 level.
Yeah, you only get one.
Teleport us
So,
out of here, baby.
All right. But as you all sort of rise after the discussions here, the Sentinels are kind of all still around Zorkal, and all the camaraderie has now gotten back to kind of business as the mood kind of changes. It's like, hey, we're still in the middle of all of this. And you guys all exit from underneath the building, make your way up to, you're actually underneath kind of that command center, that large kind of room. Flynn, you've always heard it referred to as the tribunal room, but it usually stands empty. Most of the time it's actually not really used. But it has been cleared and there are the maps of the city. And as you come up, it is very quickly, the day is starting. There are people running in and around. Many of the Iron Light Sentinels, lots of soldiers. And as you walk in, you see Captain Onkar Jor, who is standing at that same, it almost looks like he hasn't moved. And by the look of him, that's it. He did not get enough sleep last night. He is
Aw.
bags under his
Too
eyes.
bad. He should
yeah.
really take care of himself.
He should.
Give him some pointers.
But he's, but yeah, he's.
He
I don't
can
know why
always,
he's so stressed.
he
Just
can
don't
always
talk to people.
he could offload some to almost.
It's just leading a
Yeah.
city under
Oh my God,
siege. I
just-
really don't.
Just
I
take a
know,
mental
it's
health
hard.
day, man.
It's
Yeah.
really not that hard.
Jeez.
But he comes up as you guys walk in. He looks up and nods at all of you and just kind of like waves you guys over as he's starting to go about giving his orders and things like that.
Captain, we were given to understand that there were reinforcements expected. Have you had any news on that?
I have. I was also led to that same interpretation. They have been waylaid.
Oh,
how so?
Apparently, word was intercepted somehow from Kaldur's forces that they were on the way. Whatever remaining Wyvern contingents were here within the city have been sent to the east to waylay them for as long as they've been around.
We sent them there.
Oh.
No,
No?
we sent them north.
Oh, we did send them north. Okay.
Yes.
I understand that you sent them north, but apparently somehow word got to them, and
How?
now there's, from what my scouts have been able to gather so far, it'd still be another couple of hours. They should be here sometime after daybreak, but and at this point, it's probably like nearing 4 o'clock in the morning. It's very early. You guys went to bed right as the sun was kind of going down,
Yeah.
and woke up pretty quickly. So daybreak is still probably 2.5 to 3 hours away.
Oh, wow.
But so they're a few miles away from the city, but he says we've sent a few skirmishing groups out to potentially be able to help, but we have to hold out a little bit longer.
Sir, do you know if those were just infantry, or what kind of reinforcements were being sent?
Heavy infantry and several units of heavy cavalry as well. They are effective out on the fields where the encampment is. Hopefully will continue to be effective within the streets of the city, but the heavy infantry will do as well.
Did they have any aerial capabilities to help? No.
And if they're dealing with Brunhilde, that's not just a normal wyvern rider.
No.
We just gotta hope for the best. There's nothing really we can do to help.
Mm-hmm.
They have archers, and they are large. They're just being harried. They're delayed. We also have some new information, and he reaches to kind of a piece of paper at the side. He said, we do fear that the encampment is making for a push into the city. They're breaking camp outside, and that's all we know.
To the south?
To the south.
So I guess
That we can
gives
address.
That's
We can go to meet them.
makes our decision.
What of the manor?
Holding, as far as we know. The fires have spread to the surrounding areas of the keep. There are portions of the temple district that are burning. But the keep is holding for now.
And Durham?
Darham, the soldiers we sent last night have arrived. They appear to be holding. There were a single wyvern came in the night to attempt to scout what was going on, but didn't get close. And so far, they're holding the keep. There has been a few attempts so far, but they've managed to repel what advances Kaldor has made. It appears that they've given up on that particular fortress for now. That is my current debate: is how many I can pull from that garrison to return here or send to the Lord's Manor for reinforcement.
Do you know where, in this formation as they break, where will Iregloom be?
I don't know. I assume she'll move with the encampment.
The encampment right outside the gate.
South.
So I'm wondering, where will the general be in relation to the front line? Because maybe we want to circle around the back as they come to, if we want to try and go take Iregloom.
Does she tend to lead from the field?
She tends to lead towards the front, but cannot put herself at risk. She will likely be in the thick of the encampment at the center.
Is there any way for us to locate her by magical means? Or
Yeah. I mean, there's spellcraft for just that kind of thing.
can any of us do that?
Not me.
I might be able to. 1 second.
Okay. Well, that could be an option for us to kind of speed things up. So I guess our plan is just to go in and skip around
Talk to her.
the army and subdue.
Speak to.
We want her to call her forces back, and the only way to do that is to get her to call them back. We're trying to stop the fighting, remember?
Yes.
The fighting won't stop without her giving the order.
Well, we could take her and then look like her.
Oh.
Well, I can look like her.
You are we.
Well, unless I don't want to do it.
Why would you?
Maybe I don't want to kill her and look like her.
Well, we don't have to kill her to look like her.
I didn't say kill her. I said take her.
But it starts with finding her.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I think
Am I considered familiar with
Oh.
General
Yeah.
Iregloom?
Yeah,
That's the
that's
question.
the thing we got to worry about is
That's the question.
have you seen her?
I also probably would have. We've kind of established that Vossen had a
You've
bad
seen her.
relationship with her. I
You've
say, have
seen
I
her
ever
before.
encountered her in person?
Yeah.
Okay.
You saw her. I think once.
From a distance.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, from not too far away, honestly.
Okay.
I think at some point on Tri-Point.
Oh, she would have visited.
She would have visited.
Okay.
Because that was Tri-Point has changed hands so many times
Right.
during the war because it's such an incredible staging ground to attack the western coast of Ondale.
Mm-hmm.
So it's changed hands so much over the war. Yeah, she's been there, and you would have seen her.
Okay.
Seeker.
Yeah.
As you guys are having this discussion, your scroll turns gold.
Oh.
Seeker. Seeker.
Hmm.
The scroll.
Oh, okay. Let me
All right. Seeker, I know you're in Addersfeld. I'm not sure what your involvement is, but one of my informants I've long thought had gone dark has relayed a message, and I think you may be able to do something to turn the tide of this war. General Iregloom is being moved away from her encampment and into the city. She departed recently with only a few members of her personal guard and an attaché of Drow with her. My informant has also told me that the Iron camp is breaking for a final push into the city. This is all I know, and I will send to you if I gather more information. Saran.
Zoran. Okay. So, we have a shot. Iron has gone with a small contingent of Drow Guard to go into the city, separate of the camp.
Why would she do that?
Don't know.
Captain, do you know why she would do something like that? Isn't that dangerous to go off alone?
See what he thinks about this.
What does she specialize in?
Yeah.
He thinks for a second. An attempt at misdirection. It could either be to draw our attention or a genuine effort to get her into the city ahead of her forces.
To what end?
I'm not sure.
This
think
does
maybe-
present an option.
Maybe she seeks to take the manor lead from there, like have a better position from which to lead.
Do you think other people know about the tear?
That's the other question.
I was just gonna say maybe she's going to look at the tear.
Oh,
Which we could maybe use as a...
How would she know about that?
Well, why do
Well,
we know
how do we know
about
about it?
Oh,
Do you think Birdie told her?
Oh, that is possible. But
why
Ugh.
would,
Also-
how would... It's fine, never mind. Yes, Kellic.
No, please.
I'm
Oh,
just more stressed about our, friend, Birdie, and the implications of that. But that's fine. That's
Of-
fine.
of
Do you
that-
have a
of
way
that
of
bomb being
locating
into-
Ironclad?
I absolutely do, actually. I could
Okay.
track her.
Oh,
So maybe we
If
just
she is headed to the tear, then it does solve our...
Oh, it solves our problem.
That's a
two
bit of a-
birds, one stone.
yeah, exactly.
do we?
Now the try is gone, you can say that
I
safely.
can say it now? Okay. Two birds, one stone.
What a callback.
Or two birds, one scone.
There you go.
But then they'll just fight over the scone.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
But it anyway.
An island.
Not very
I have a question.
gregarious creature.
Do we, since we need Iron Gloom or someone that looks like Iron Gloom to talk to the troops, what if we know she is leaving? We could go do that part and then go find Iron Gloom, or we could go find Iron Gloom. What should we do first?
Well, I'm worried about if she's going to this tear, like we think she might be
Right.
be setting off a
That's
bomb.
a really big assumption, but
But
Or-
it might
But-
be good to find her,
let's find Ironclad.
subdue her, and then we can deal with talking to the army.
Right, if we do that, then we can guarantee there's no mixed messaging.
She's doing something. She's not just splitting off for no reason.
reason.
She has a
Aye.
plan. I'm
and she's
sure.
the general. It's not that she's absconded from her duty.
Do you know what she's good at?
Do I know what she's good at in terms of
cooking, combat?
I
was-
I'm trying to think back. Do I know like what her signature weapon would be, or
Magic.
Interesting.
Is she a tactician? Is she a battle
Yeah,
mage? Is she-
Yeah.
she
Iron
like,
Gloom's reputation.
great weapons, archery?
They rose the ranks. They've been a general for a very long time, but a combination of martial and magical prowess. They do have the ability to use magic to their disposal.
Are they them?
No, she is an incredibly accomplished warrior.
Okay.
She augments her martial abilities with her augments her martial abilities with her magical ones.
Interesting.
Yeah, has a very firm grasp of the arcane.
So she's sort of like you, in the sense that she's very arcanely inclined,
Oh, magic.
but then also a little bit, yes, magic. But
Goes
then,
without saying sometimes.
It's fun
but
to
then also a little bit like Flynn in the sense that she uses both in tandem.
say.
Hmm.
That makes
So
sense.
she's quite a force. I wouldn't
Um,
want to fight her if I'm being honest.
But you're gonna have to.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what's the
But-
plan for now? Do we need anything from the keep here, or should we head out? How does the spell work? How does the magic work to find her?
So essentially I can have it up for about an hour, and then once we get within approximately 1,000 feet of her, I should be able to essentially just discern her location and take us right to her. But
We
it's
can
going to
just
take
try
some.
to circumnavigate the
Yeah.
city
We're
towards
going to have to head in the
center.
general
Towards the
direction.
center,
Yes,
yeah.
we're going to have to start with a general direction, and then I'll be able to sort of start
Did-
to.
Did Birdie give us a general direction of the tear? We can start like with that, maybe.
Well, we don't know that
Pointed-
she's going
No,
to the tower. I think
in
we
the
should just.
city.
In the city.
Which
Head
does
towards the
imply that it's
center.
not in the outskirts, right?
Mhm.
The way she phrased it did seem to be.
So I think let's head to the center.
Should have
Okay.
I should have
We
We
asked
can
her.
check it on
I
the
forgot.
manor, I guess, too, just
Sorry.
from the distance and see how they're doing. So that would be helpful too.
Mhm.
How do we avoid conflict with the Iron Gloom?
What do you mean?
Well, you said we may not have to confront.
Well, forgive me, this is quite a bit of a theory, but the expansion syndicate
Hmm.
working with Caldor to win the war in the name of the outcast, without maybe Caldor knowing, this crack, this tear,
Oh.
is of the same level as the other rifts that we've closed.
Mhm.
So, well, there's some connection there. If Iron is
Just a general.
just a general and not a wolf, maybe we can explain what's going on here the same way we did with Pravel.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend.
Aye.
Sometimes.
Okay, grumpy, grouchy.
Well, sometimes
Well,
they are just your enemy.
you
but
can't
it's
blame
worth
me.
a try. We'll just be ready.
I mean, it could
We're
just be
always
it's of
ready.
mutual benefit
That's true.
for all of us to rid the world of the Order of the Red Wolf.
Mhm.
They don't have to be our friends for that to
They
be
don't.
the truth.
You're right.
We just have to see eye to eye, so to speak.
Do I?
And you
So
can
dumb.
I'm debating if Honkar Jor is like, huh. like I think maybe he's like delirious, just humorless. You get a grunt of just a brief moment of levity rather, in an otherwise very dour man.
That's really funny.
That's fun. No,
I
that's
think
hilarious.
you do. I think you.
Yeah.
I think there's something about
Hell
that
yes.
joke that got
That's
him.
a win.
This,
He
Flynn broke through.
right, one broke
We
through.
broke
He looks up at you and he you see his, like I said, he's got dark circles under his eyes. He says, "There is something else. You speak of a tear.
Yeah, like a tear in the universe.
I've received mixed reports. I'm not entirely certain of their trustworthiness, but men reporting seeing these apparitions,
A phenomenon.
a phenomenon, and what can only be described as monsters coming from them, twisted creatures of darkness and hell-bent on bloodshed.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Sounds in
I'm
line.
not entirely certain the reports are entirely reliable.
They are.
And why do you say that?
Yes, that is quite. Who are they from?
I've had 2 such reports, but they've come secondhand. Nothing from someone who has been there.
Have you heard of the expansion syndicate?
No, child.
How about the Red Wolf?
No.
Okay, well then you're not in the know.
oh, okay.
Well, we're all pooling our knowledge now.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're all
Right,
helping
we,
each
beside
other.
the course of action.
Same team.
Aye.
I
No
mean,
one's on
it's
my team.
Something to go off
What?
of.
Mm.
A direction. I don't know. We can start with the center, and if we don't see anything, then we maybe head. What was the information?
I only know what you know. Other than the camp is preparing to break, I believe they're making one final push into the city in an attempt to seize it before the reinforcements
And-
arrive.
From what direction were even these secondhand reports of these monsters? The center of the city?
2 different parts of the city.
2 different.
Well, it gives us a place to start. We
Yeah.
can check both. Do you know where?
One to the south, one near the city center, not far from the Lord's Manor.
So we start
Well,
at the center.
Yeah.
Because if we have to go south, we'll just have to meet the enemy force there.
I'm looking at the scroll.
Mhm.
Would it?
Rereading before it fades.
Yeah, like real quick, just like furious. Like, well, hold on. Drow honor god. Would that be normal for Kaldurian?
No, I don't think so. We were just talking earlier. Kangxi is a recent development, right?
As far as we know.
I don't
So
think
to just move forward with that.
Maybe she is part of the Red Wolves.
Or she's being used by them and they're trying to sacrifice her.
Wanted
Oh.
to find out.
I mean,
Right,
they
that
tried
is
to
what they
sacrifice
did in the
us.
first part.
Mhm.
Oh boy, and basically what they did to Tito.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
there are so
Yes.
many
They had to
possibilities.
use a sacrifice at both times, so
Yeah.
not that we have to save her or anything.
Why do you? What? What did?
All right,
Did I say something?
I
What?
don't know.
What is happening?
No,
What did I
it's
do?
just I think it's you're fine. You're fine, dear.
Sometimes. What?
If we're heading to the manor, Captain, how safe is this castle right now? Or is it worth maybe escorting a few more troops to the manor to help them maybe take over? Then we can all make a push to the south together with the manor and Darnhold or Darnham Keep.
Darham.
Darnham. Sorry, it's hard.
It is hard. It's like a.
Aren't you from here?
Yeah,
He's
it's
not-
been a minute.
he's not-
It's a big city, yeah, man.
He's not. You're not from here. You just.
I kind of
We're here
You
I've
lived
been
for a minute.
here
Yeah.
for a while.
He's not.
A local.
Native.
Yeah, Captain.
There are. I have limited forces and a limited ability to deploy them. There are a few different possibilities. I can deploy troops to the manor and risk losing this castle. I can deploy troops to the south in an effort to delay the encampment, and again risk losing them and allowing the city to be captured and this castle. And I'm running out of options and running out of mana.
We can just go by ourselves.
I do
know. I
think-
know we can, but I mean, also like if they're pushing from the south, having troops up here in the north, if this is their final push,
But they might lose the Iron
not-
Light as castle
Not their final
completely.
push. The
but
general's not with.
who are they gonna lose it to if they're only pushing from the south?
We don't know.
That's what I'm.
They might
That's
be
what I'm wondering.
pincering. There's no way
They're
of knowing.
likely going to push for the city center. From there, if they control the city center, that's the largest stronghold we have
Right.
that remains standing. If that falls, this castle won't be far behind.
So we should reinforce the city center.
He's the captain, not us.
Okay, but I'm just saying if we're heading that way, we can.
If
help
you're
us
heading,
forward.
if you can make your way towards General Iregloom, wherever she may be, I'll send what men I have here to reinforce the Lord's Manor.
Okay.
If we can hold out for a few more hours, the reinforcements from the east should be able to win the tide.
We were able to delay the reinforcements from the Kaldurian side toward the manor, so we've bought a little time here,
We also got rid of all their bombs.
and we're a small boat with just a group of us, so we can
Yeah.
turn if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because we don't know which one of these reports of monsters is accurate, if either. So,
Well, before we head out, is there anything here that can help us? Should we talk to?
or is there anything we can do to help here?
Yeah.
I think you've done what you can. Going to the general is going to be... We cut off the head of the snake. They'll lose whatever footing they may have.
We also
And
bought
brain,
a bunch of stuff
hopefully.
before we left the first time. I
Yeah.
think we got everything we could get.
We're running pretty low on resources.
That's fine. Yeah, of course.
So, you'll make for the south?
Yeah.
Well, the
Well-
north,
Well, we'll make for wherever we need
for
to
the
make for.
the city center.
City
City center.
center.
You'll
is-
make for the general.
For the
Aye.
general, yes.
Yeah.
With Tesla's guidance and a little bit of luck, we'll manage.
Right. Captain, whatever happens today, you've done a damn good job. I give him a salute.
He returns it.
All right, should I cast a spell now? Start looking at it. It only lasts an hour, so once, and I cannot
Let's make
recast
our way
it.
out of the
All right.
castle first, and then go
Okay.
from there.
And he starts giving the orders for his troops to muster. He is probably going to send, of the 850, he's going to send about 750 to the north.
Okay.
Because if the city center falls, then
It's over.
that's
Yeah.
it. It's over.
Yeah.
So, and then he's sending the other 100 that he has to the south to attempt to prevent the main army from moving in, see if they can just harry them. But you guys kind of hear those orders getting sent out.
So that means they're completely leaving
The soldiers, the Ondalian soldiers are moving out of the Iron Light and leaving it in the hands of just
Of
the
the
Iron
Iron
Light.
Light.
Yeah, so then it's
Sentinels.
just the Iron Light here.
So it's just the Iron Light. Yeah, that's where things stand.
How many Iron Light are
That
here?
was the breaks.
Overall, Iron Light Sentinels probably somewhere close to 70, 80, something like that. Some are out and about. I think overall there's probably about 100, but some are sent on missions, helping scout. But yeah, currently here at the castle, in total about 100.
I'll just nudge the Seeker. Does the captain have ink?
Oh no.
Pretty sure he doesn't he?
Did I
No.
give Uncle Rose?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I
maybe
don't
when
think
we
so.
went out the first time.
Didn't we get?
I think you did give him some.
When we
When
went
we
out,
left
when we went
for
out
the-
for the bomb.
Yeah, I think you did. Give
I
him
think you
some.
did.
I think you did. Well, either way,
But you know what? You can never be too safe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
he'll take it again because Seth also does not
Yeah, no
remember
worries.
whether or not. I'm like, that was a few episodes ago.
It was.
Um,
it was.
But yeah, you give him the additional ink. He takes it and puts it kind of next to him there as he like kind of folds his hands and just like or spreads his hands over the maps and you see him like just raising his hand to his head, wondering whether or not he's made the right choice and the right calls. But you guys, is there any preparations you make before you leave?
I think I'll just swing by the class. just
Okay.
to check in on them
Cool.
because I know that Zorkal's recovering and I'm probably
Yeah.
not going to bother him too much. But I'll check in on Kaylin, Pierre, and Evelyn, and Victor.
Yeah.
I'll just go up and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know whoever I see first.
They're all actually in here with the room
Okay.
in the room with you. So as you walk up to them, they've all been fighting for basically 2 straight days now. So they're all have at least 2 levels of exhaustion, some a little more. So they are also kind of out of the fight right now. But they, as you come over, Victor kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. He says, "We'll take care of things here. Hold down the fort."
We'll finish it.
Attaboy. And he just squeezes your shoulder.
Let's give him like a
Keep your head on out there.
always. Thanks.
And he just kind of shakes his head like, no need.
And I'll look at the crew and just kind of give a nod.
Yeah, they all come over to you, one at a time. Pierre, like, but he you did that all right, and he gives you a little fist bump.
Evelyn looking great, as always. Scary.
Yeah, her very like serious. She doesn't smile. Just thank you, Flynn.
Kaylin, hug.
Gives you a hug.
Stay safe. Okay, no more of this wyvern stuff. Okay, just stay safe. Protect the castle. The captain has some ink, so if anything happens, he should be able to reach out to us. And I don't know if we'll be able to do anything necessarily, but we'll maybe be able to send something to help. Stay safe.
I don't think we're the ones in danger, Flynn.
I'm kind of used to it by now.
You got a good group with you.
We've been through a lot.
Keep them safe.
Yeah.
And she grabs you up in a hug.
Is Zorkol here too? Or?
Yeah, he's here. He's sitting down. Like
Sure, I'll
someone
just
brought
walk
over,
up
like
and
a
kind of
stool.
give him like a little bump on the shoulder.
Ow.
How you? Yeah. Come on, that didn't hurt.
God, I'm pretty strong.
Okay. How you feeling?
Terrible.
Great.
I don't want to have you come back looking like me.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. But when do plans ever go to plan?
Fair point.
Yeah. I mean I've been saying it to everyone, but stay safe. I mean, as always,
Look after yourself, Flynn.
do my best.
Still got a lot of teasing to do.
I know. Yep. I'm gonna start teasing you though.
You can try.
And I'll just give him another one.
He shakes your hand and then he pulls you in for like a little
Sure.
thank you.
Of course. Yeah. Hopefully we'll come back and we'll figure out what to do with this place.
He kind of looks around. Things are changing, Flynn. I hope it's for the best.
It's gotta be. There's good here, I know it. Just gotta bring it out.
Hopefully it's enough.
Right.
And he gives you a hug. Looks out at the rest of you. Good luck. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Alma speaks for all of us.
His eyes kind of linger on you a little bit, Kellic.
I just give him a silent nod.
No, don't die. It sucks.
We will endeavor
He kind of gets himself up and
Sucks.
We know.
Limps off under the eyes of Pierre and Evelyn. And yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm ready if you guys are.
Alma, Seeker, come here. And I'll just cast Aid, 5th level.
Oh.
Oh.
Give 20 additional max HP.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh wow. Max
Thank
and
you.
current. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It gives, but it's how long?
8 hours.
8
Long
hours.
time.
Yeah.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's not
Okay,
it's not
so-
concentration either.
Concentrate.
It's
No,
so good.
we just have it.
It's so good.
I
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
That's it out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you guys are making your way north towards the city center.
Question about
Yeah.
max. It also raises it currently too, right?
Current and max.
current
Yep.
and max.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Current and max.
No, but it would raise it to
Exactly.
that.
Yep.
My current HP is now 20
Yes.
higher.
Yes,
okay,
correct.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to
Oh
understand.
yeah, it doesn't like
It's not like-
Temporarily.
It
Yeah.
doesn't leave a gap. It
No.
doesn't mean I've taken 20 points of damage.
No.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It brings it up.
Current and max. All right. And you guys are headed, so you're headed kind of to the north in the direction that Birdie generally said, like
Yeah.
towards kind of the city center in the direction. Okay. So actually, well, you guys are northwest, so actually you'd be heading south and east a little bit.
Okay.
Because Ironlight Castle is kind of up in the northwestern section of the city. As you guys begin to make your way down, you exit Ironlight Castle. The gates kind of close behind you guys. You hear the din of battle kind of beginning to like rise as clashes begin to take place throughout the city, and the sky is still dark. Dawn is yet a little ways away. Although, probably 30 minutes or so making preparations, getting ready to leave. Not long after you, like as you guys exit the gate, you can see that the Ondalian soldiers are kind of mustering in the central courtyard of Ironlight Castle. They're gearing up and getting ready to move out. And you leave behind a bit of a solemn scene, like guys saying goodbye to one another, men and women who are, in a series of little vignettes, much like the one you just had with your class, and all of you see men and women getting in what they believe may be their last goodbyes. But everybody here has a job to do, and they muster up, and that's kind of the last thing you see is all these men and women getting ready to march out and head towards whatever fates they might meet. And as you exit the gates, Thessaly, are you going to cast your spell?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. So, as we exit the gates, I will never cast this spell before.
Oh yeah.
So, feeling some of the more recent connection with Fenra, I'm going to kind of focus in on that, and I will reach my hand up towards, and place it just under the eye that has the scar. And my hand starts to glow with like this crystalline energy, and then it like flows into both of my eyes. And then I speak the name of the creature I'm seeking, and I just say, "Help me find May Iregloom." And I open my eyes, and the crystal energy dissipates, and I should be able to sense the general within 1,000 feet of me once we get close enough.
All right, awesome.
She's behind you.
Right here.
You didn't need a spell. I'm here.
All right, you as that awareness kind of extends outwards and away from you, you feel it kind of pass and reach the limits of the magical ability. She is not currently within that range, but you are concentrating, right, on that spell.
Yes, it is concentration.
Concentration.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
it is.
Someone punched Thessaly.
All right.
Please?
I immediately punched myself.
Awesome.
I grab your wrist.
So we're heading to the
Awesome.
city center.
Roughly in that direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Picking, I would assume picking like a route that isn't quite the main drag
Right.
to avoid any like
Yeah,
direct
yeah.
contact.
I guess
with-
while we're walking too, like, does it seem in the past few times that we've traversed the city, what is it? Are there the forces? What do the forces look like? Are the Caldorian forces dwindling? Are our forces dwindling? Are we? Does it seem like we're taking more as we move through?
Part of Captain Onkarjor's stress is that Ondale is losing this battle right now. The Caldorian's forces are Caldorian's forces pretty much outnumber Ondale's 2-1 in this, and for a very long time, right up until yesterday, had an enormous aerial advantage. And have strategically hit a lot of points within the city. So the battle lines are shifting. Caldor's basically gained, a few city blocks worth of territory and are slowly pushing further and further north. And the assaults on the city center are getting worse. So you guys know that moving towards the city center is going to be quickly get more dangerous. Because the battle lines are constantly shifting in that area as different units and things like that clash in the streets. That has been kind of the situation over the last 24 hours. But so as you guys go, kind of keeping a ready head, right? Like listening out for things.
Can I do something?
Go ahead, of course.
I want to kind of saddle up next to Kellic and put my arm across your shoulder. And if you'll allow me, I'll just kind of try and direct you to the back of the group.
Sure.
And,
Yeah.
Let them kind of walk.
I'll look askance for a second, but as soon as I understand your intent, I'll.
We haven't had much time, but what the shit is happening with Flynn?
Yeah.
He did some weird
No, it's
shadow
quite
stuff.
scary. To be honest with you,
I like
Seeker,
magic, but that seemed different.
listen, I don't want to. I was able to talk to him a bit about it and earn some trust back, which is nice, but I know some of the details of the contract, and I have to say, it's not promising.
Okay.
And the fact
wait,
that.
what? That's not what I was expecting you to say.
Well, do you know me to be a liar?
No.
Yeah. We are witnessing Flynn use more power from this source, not less. Contract explicitly states that it's got an accrual of debt. The more power, the greater the favor it will ask. The contract, I don't know who writes them in the hells, but if it's written by the demon, it's got quite the sense of humor. It describes itself as capricious. So,
Really?
well, I'm quite worried, for lack of a better summation.
Does it have a line where you can just end it in the relationship?
There's no escape clause,
Yeah, that. No.
Yeah. but these things exist for a reason. They need to bind you with something, and if they can bind you, then those binds can be broken. If I've learned nothing else from Zachryl's tethers, then it's not. Just how. Unfortunately, we do have some sources we can call to, but boy, it just comes a mile a minute, doesn't it?
While we're doing this, I would like to use my mage hand to try and take the bent glass from Kellic's bag.
Okay. Is your bag magical?
It's not. It's a normal bag.
It's just a normal
I
bag.
do have it wrapped up.
Okay.
It's still in the box, right? That I gave it to you in? Or did you take it out of that?
I never explicitly said, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. It'd be in the box.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check against Kellic's passive perception. What is the DC he's looking for?
Passive
Yeah,
percent.
your
70
passive
million.
perception.
20.
I'm sure it's 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
20. Okay.
But I bet your sleight of hand is bazinga.
I bet it's
high,
like
probably
It's
high.
fairly
Okay,
It's barely.
Quick question, because I don't want.
Yeah.
Do the sable wind boots? Those give you advantage on. Did I write it stealth or dexterity checks? Because
Good
that's an important distinction.
99%
I want to make sure
stealth.
that this is adjudicated correctly. I'm pretty sure it's just stealth.
I think it was
Good.
specifically.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to make sure of.
Dexterity checks. Dexterity stealth.
Parentheses
Check.
stealth.
Okay.
Parentheses
Good.
stealth.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So yeah, Seeker, go ahead and roll sleight of hand check. Your DC is 20.
I don't want my
Yeah,
dads to
it's
fight.
really high.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Because I know mine's high and he's even higher.
23.
23. Okay. No one sees. As very deftly, with your experience, you send your mage hand into the bag and are able to, over the course of a few minutes, identify the object in question, and you were able to remove it. Where do you put it?
Into my haversack.
Okay.
I slip it into the top.
Okay. It is done. That the bending glass is now on Seeker's person inside of his haversack. And no one here is the wiser. You find the opportunities while people are looking elsewhere or doing and engaged with other tasks to adroitly remove it. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh boy.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I heart you, Shane.
Okay.
Fuck you, man.
Ah!
Your visibility potion.
You gave my potion away.
Okay. As you guys are walking, trying to keep to side streets and things like that, you do come across a something that gives you guys a little bit of pause. You see a group of soldiers who are, you see a group of bodies. But something about them kind of draws your eye immediately in that they're all almost like in a weirdly, not quite perfect, but in a two symmetrical formation, have all like fallen and are very heavily intermixed, Kaldurian and Ondalian.
Does it look like a sleep
They are
thing?
they are all dead.
No
And
chests are heaving.
no chests are heaving. No one is alive. But you see sort of intermixed throughout that, as well as at the center, you notice a few things. One, these soldiers are hewn in a way that does not correlate with normal weapons created by people.
Monsters.
Oh.
Yep.
And there are pools of black viscera and like almost tar in the center of these soldiers, and kind of spread throughout underneath them where they appear to have fallen.
In a pattern?
Not
or
a
in a-
recognizable pattern other than there's like this odd, it's almost as if like they all were trying to do something and then fell.
Huh.
Is there like a central area that something has exploded or something?
It almost looks like that, but there's no like there's no crater or anything like that. There's simply it looks like that, but you don't you're a little far away at this point. You can just see it as you come upon this. You're probably about 50 feet away, and you can see like these weird like large pools of like tar, and then just all of these soldiers like intermixed amongst
Alex?
themselves.
Do you want to ask one of them what happened? Or not? I mean, we might have a busy day ahead of us.
Do we have
so-
time for that?
It might be good to know what we're up against.
How strong is the signal you're getting, Tesla, from your...
And I'm gonna kind of like try to focus in. Do I feel her presence anywhere?
Nothing yet.
I feel nothing. I'm so sorry.
You guys have been traveling for probably 20 minutes at this point or so.
Okay.
How close are we to this?
Okay.
You're getting closer. You've had to move a little bit slower, as avoiding, clashes and skirmishes and things like that.
I don't.
Does it take a long time to do the
I was gonna say
spell?
And not especially, no. Just,
Right, we might not.
resources being what they are.
You
Right.
don't have a lot of time, right?
I don't, and I can't recast this spell
Okay,
once
so
I'm
I guess
done.
let's just keep going and maybe.
We're almost there.
Can I deduce anything from this carnage?
Yeah, like if I could too. I don't know if it's monster. I know maybe it's an
Yeah,
explosion. I'll bring out
right.
Chath's book.
I'll allow one of you guys to roll with advantage. Probably Kelly.
Yeah. I'll just head up next to you and I'll pull the book out and start looking
Yeah, with,
while you're
with my
talking.
medical knowledge and your
Yeah,
monster
yeah.
hunting knowledge.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I love
I'll
that.
flip the book out and I'll try to
Yeah.
skim to whatever he's saying.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll for me, Kellic, this is gonna be... This is going to be a religion check.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, the good. Ooh. All right, good.
For a cleric, yeah. With his
Hell yeah.
what his religion is.
Yeah, it's okay.
Great.
It's at 26.
26.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
Mhm.
Okay. So, together, you are able to ascertain a couple of things. One is that, Kellic, your medical knowledge obviously lets you identify like these wounds that are on a lot of these creatures were not created by like each other, not by like swords and axes. You know the look of those types of wounds, having served on a battlefront for a long time.
Yeah.
You also know what like explosions look like, arrow wounds, all of that. These are rent. And with Flynn's help, as you guys are kind of looking, some of the descriptions in the book that you do have would suggest that these were done by claws and by some of them actually are reminiscent of the types of wounds that come from large like predatory birds of prey.
If I could, I fought hook horrors. Is this similar to that? Like I've written them down in the book. I've personally encountered them.
Yes, with one notable exception, and that is that there are pieces of some of these people are missing. It would appear that some of them have been partially consumed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Sorry. Warnings. Anyway.
Oh no,
some of
I
this
was
is
no, I was
a little
thinking
bit
more
graphic.
about like, oh dang, like they wanted to snack on a liver. That's just
In the middle of a fight. Just
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
Oh,
Like, I'm
no.
peckish.
Yeah, some of them have been consumed,
Consumed.
and these wounds have been done by like natural appendages, claws. Some, like I said, kind of are reminiscent of like birds of prey almost. The other thing that you notice is that some of these men and women, while wearing different colors, appeared, without having a roll, appeared to have died fighting together, like side by side,
interesting.
Snap.
not against each other.
Holy cow.
Oh, shit.
The way that they're arranged, like they're not
The enemy of
sure
my friend.
Wait, what'd you say?
they're
Almost
not
was
like,
right.
against each other.
Like
Like,
always.
like there's no evidence of like
Yeah.
actually
Kind
towards
of.
the outskirts of like in the surrounding areas where it's a little more chaotic, you do see people who very clearly were engaged in combat with one another. But as you get closer to this kind of central area, those go away. And like arrows of the different people are not in each other. You know, there's no arrow wounds that are like Kaldurian arrows are not piercing on Dalian soldiers towards the center.
Right.
You also notice that where the pool of like this tar-like kind of substance is at the middle is filled with like arrows, swords, small axes, like the remnants of a lot of weapons. It's almost like people like stacked things up right here.
Oh.
And then finally, as you get close, the pools of this tar-like substance, it has an acrid noxious, offensive odor to it. And you recall from your training that this is the remnants of fiends who have been fallen in battle.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever fought with those.
I don't think Kellic has maybe seen this in person, more read about it.
Yeah.
But that's a hell of a roll. So that is what you, as you're kind of sitting there and you look at it, that's what clicks in your mind. Kind of some.
This is dead bodies of Ondalians, Keldorians, and fiends.
Or just the pools of...
No, like the pools are the dead bodies of the fiends.
Is that accurate? Okay. Can I touch the ichor?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. It is thick and viscous. You immediately if you feel like it's burning, like it's starting to singe your skin. If you maintain it there, you will take some damage, not immediately. But it
I'll
is
just pick
caustic.
it up long enough to assess what it is and shake it off.
Dear, what are you doing?
Cherry tart.
Well, I know I jump to this pretty frequently, but demons.
What?
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry. I thought you were making a morbid joke. That's not. You literally mean that.
Yes, I believe this is the remnants of a fiend.
All of them?
It's hard to say. Could be something. Well, the architecture of the Hells in the Abyss are a bit of a mystery to me overall. But something from there leaves this kind of thing behind, from what I've studied.
Why would they be here?
Because
Crack
of
in the world.
Nah.
Okay, so the tear goes to some demon plane?
Yeah.
The
Probably.
Abyss or the Hells. Well, the first one was to the plane of fire.
Fire,
Second
yeah.
was the plane
Plane
of
of
air.
air.
That's
And
the one
something
right
came
to the
out of
source.
all of them, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
the outcast should be in the Abyss. Which,
Oh. Whoa.
Is that where demons are from?
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Then.
the island that's wandering around is full of the abyss.
I think it's a gateway.
Oh,
That's my assumption.
okay. Wandering island, gateway to the abyss.
The tear.
It would make sense. I don't know who built these things, but the construction of the world being what it is, the other planes are more kind than the Abyss.
Okay.
So I would
So-
want that to be harder to access if I was a god constructing Elbor.
Okay,
to
so
speak.
keep an eye out.
Well, and I'm reluctant to ask, but if we're thinking this gateway goes to the abyss and these things came out of the abyss and that's what they look like when they've been slain, the more we see of this, the closer we might be getting to where we want to go.
Well, yes.
Probably.
I mean,
That's
hopefully,
unfortunate.
Hopefully it's more of this and not just healthy fiends,
Oh,
because that seems more likely.
because that's the other option.
Right.
Us fighting them.
Right.
I've read things about this.
We
that-
all agree that those we can kill, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
We all
Please.
agree.
Most certainly. These,
Immediately.
these things that, I speak of people in the world having agendas. These creatures have an agenda.
Okay.
That agenda is pain.
Okay. So
and nothing
So
else.
Flynn, you know how sometimes you don't want to kill giants and things because you don't know if they're good or bad? These ones are bad.
Yeah, I figured.
Good. Okay, just making sure you're aware.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of like absent-mindedly kind of answering. I'm skimming the shit out of this book. I know I kind of used it in the role, but is anywhere in this does it talk about demons, fiends, anything, any like advantages of how to fight them? I know I have spells that
Right.
deter them. So I'm curious if Chath ever wrote anything down.
Demons and devils, both the primary types of fiends,
Okay.
are pretty rare in Elbor. Largely because of the works and efforts of Famir and the old gods to ensure that there were protections placed upon the world so that they could not come here. There is a very brief passage. There's no, like, in the way that Chath has annotated, this idea that, like, his notes are usually very, like, personal, like, oh, this was a thing. This
Right.
almost looks like it was something that he copied,
Sure.
as opposed to like a personal experience. But it's all theory. None of it is his real world experience. But what it does say is that demons are driven by a primary desire of destruction and pain.
Okay.
Mimicking what Kellic said, they are mostly mindless creatures, with the exception of very powerful demons. Most of them are, driven by a need and a desire of pure hatred and to cause life as much pain as is possible.
Okay.
They are. It says that they are. They fight till death, and will not back down. They do not surrender. They do not give up, and they cannot die permanently here on this plane of existence. They will be reborn into the abyss from whence they came, lacking souls that go on to the Argent Plains or anywhere else. And that ordinary weapons are very are almost useless against them.
Mhm.
It requires magical means to
Oh, these poor soldiers.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
it took it and from
Somehow they killed them though.
it took everything they had to do this.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Everything.
and then all of them, by the looks of it, still succumbed to whatever lingering effects perhaps were left.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alma, we definitely want to kill these things. Chath wrote down some stuff about them. They're not backing down. They're mindless. They're chaotic. They're going to fight to the death. And it seems like the reason that they won against these guys is we need magic to defeat them in some capacity.
We're set there.
Their carapace is,
So just
hard to
be aware
pierce.
of that. It also says that they don't even really die. They go back to where they come from. So I guess,
An infinite army of evil. That's why they have to be sealed.
well, just keep our eyes peeled, I guess.
Do they look like this black goo? Normally?
Probably not.
I think you'll be able
Doesn't
to
say.
know them when you see them.
Okay.
They look
Some more powerful things are said to be better hidden, but it's unlikely that. I don't know. You remember the creature that came from the plane of fire,
Yeah, it's big and hulking.
and it
Mhm.
just was what was there when the gate was opened. I
Yeah.
think it's probably closer to that than any kind
Okay.
of concerted effort. I mean, that's why there's an island that they need to find.
Why can't it be those wind things again?
Yeah, those are a lot
I
better.
didn't like those things either, though.
They were easier.
Easier on the eyes, I assume.
Okay.
Should we keep moving?
Be careful, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that it'd be here
Do you
with
think?
all this carnage,
Yeah.
all this bloodshed.
Do you think being invisible would help at all?
It
Yeah?
would not hurt.
Okay. Goodbye.
Noted. All right, Olma is invisible.
Invisible.
As you guys are having this conversation, carried on the night, you hear a shriek.
Mhm.
Ah!
An inhuman,
Nope.
horrid, like ear-piercing shriek.
Is it in the direction of the city center?
Yeah.
No!
Yep.
Does it sound like it is aerial, or does it sound like it's echoing like through the corridors of the streets?
That's
Ooh,
a
that's a
good
great
question. Make a
Wait a minute.
survival.
Smart.
Make a survival check for me.
A
That's
survival check?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. That's like. I feel like that's this.
That's a very-
like
Yeah.
where does this sound originate?
Yeah.
That's like a
Yeah.
Thessaly
Fucking
question
awesome.
because Thessaly has wings, so they're like
Yeah.
up, low, up. Where
She would
we
have
at?
context. She would know the difference.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
No,
think
for
about
real.
the ear.
I don't
like,
think
Oh my gosh, guys, stop! Stop!
And
go
your
ahead,
hair
go ahead.
today?
Whoa.
Your voice
And
is
you're
so
so
beautiful. Your voice is the opposite of this.
That's just a 9.
9. Okay. You think you're not positive, but it sounds too like all encompassing to come from like down the street. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's
Because I'm just remembering. I'm
likely-
remembering a dream I had. Once.
Mhm.
oh yeah, that dream. It's likely coming from the
could
air.
be.
Ooh.
Everyone, just keep eyes forward and up if possible.
What?
Oh.
Up?
Well, you know how I can do the wing thing?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about
And you look so good doing it.
oh, thank you. You're so sweet, Alma.
Imposing.
Statuesque even.
Yeah.
The thing about that, the
Peculiar
sort
word.
of shared thing about angels and demons is the demons sometimes they fly.
Oh.
Sometimes they have wings.
I miss Blueberry.
Oh, Seeker.
I
Can I just give him a pat?
I mean, we did talk about waiting until this was done.
But
we
okay,
did.
Let's
Okay,
keep
okay.
moving.
You still have me,
Cool.
so it's
All right.
mhm.
You guys continue to head inward towards the city center, continuing to kind of stay to the shadows, and about 10 minutes later, Thessaly,
I get a,
something pops into your awareness.
Oh, snap.
what is
Oh,
it in
snap.
front of me? Is it behind me? To
It's-
my right?
It's basically a little
Getting
south
down.
and a little east of where you are now.
I've got something. I think I know where Iron is. Okay, I'm going to kind of like make my way to the front of the group and be like, all right, I'm gonna lead now.
How close?
Okay.
Should we be careful? Should we be stealthy?
How far away does it feel?
It's right at the edge of your awareness,
Oh,
so
okay.
1,000 feet away.
Okay, we've got some time, but we should probably move because it is it moving? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Towards us or away from us?
What direction?
It is heading.
So we're going south.
It is heading
East.
north.
So
It's heading north.
we
Yeah.
might meet in the middle.
Towards us?
So it's
yeah,
coming towards
kind of
us.
towards you guys. Yeah.
But it is moving in our direction, so we should be. It is a little far out, but it's moving towards us, so we should be prepared.
Okay, just let us know whenever to be stealthy or prepared.
Is it?
Starting now.
Well,
Starting
we don't wanna stealth
now.
right now, right? Because then we'll be slower.
Is it
1,000
going?
feet is really not that far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That
pretty.
far,
It's
yeah.
pretty.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty close. Like,
It's
although, think about it this way: the range on a longbow is 600 feet.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah, well,
you're
also-
almost within bow shot.
Also think of it like if it's 30 feet movement per round in 6 seconds,
Okay.
30 times.
So let's stealth.
Okay. We're gonna try to be
It's like
quiet.
it's like an 800. It's like 800 meters. It's like it's not far.
Okay, yeah. So should we be quiet then right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we're gonna start stealthing.
Gonna start stealthing. All right, guys. As you guys begin moving in this
I'll be toward the back.
direction. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me stealth checks all around.
I can make you invisible.
That's all right.
Stealthy.
Oh no. Oh, buddy. I saw the look.
Mine is also
Come on.
the
Rip.
I
best.
mean, it's still probably like 37.
But I'm
So-
invisible, so I get
You have advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah.
Did you roll a disadvantage?
Yeah, because I've got. Is it not?
That's a
Natural-
breastplate.
Let's
Oh,
go.
that advantage.
That's
It's
crazy.
not
Oh, it's
heavy
not-
armor. Yeah, it's not
Do I
heavy
get
armor.
advantage?
I'll just
So
re-
Yeah,
just
because of the
re-roll.
boots.
You
I
get advantage
steal.
because it is still dark outside.
Yay.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
That's awesome.
yes.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
nice. That's nice.
18 for Flynn.
18 for Flynn.
23.
23.
14.
14.
28.
28.
6.
6.
That advantage, I rolled a 2 the first time, and I was
You
like,
got
oh
natural
no.
20.
Natural
Oh, I
20.
don't know if that
yeah.
helps.
Oh, okay.
It's a
okay.
natural 20 for 28.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Doubles.
Nice.
All right.
don't know.
all
Particular
right.
success.
All
It gives
right,
some.
all
It
right.
gives some
I
to my
didn't crit
party.
fail.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
No,
I got a
right,
6.
right.
You did great.
No,
You
you're
did
doing great.
bud. You did great. You did so good.
Doing great.
Up toward the back.
I'm in the back. I'm in the back.
Gosh, thank
All
God I
right.
have
Who
a
So they'll
is-
see what's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
There you go. You are who's leading? Who's kind of out in
Probably
front?
Me.
Thessaly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be up
I'll
there.
be on
I'm in the middle.
Tessa's left.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Little marching order. So it's them, you two, you on the left of Thessaly, kind of out in front. In the middle is Flynn and Olma, or are Flynn and Olma, and then Kellic bringing up the rear, providing overwatch. Okay. Cool. All right. I gotta check a few things
No,
here.
you don't have to check anything.
Hey,
Can
But
I give
why?
myself guidance? On
Yeah,
that?
of course, absolutely.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
reaction.
yeah.
Oh.
It's a reaction. So yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
So that's 10.
Hey,
Yay!
Hey, you know
That's
what?
double
That's middle of
digits.
the range.
Yeah.
That's middle
Yeah.
of the road.
that's something. All right,
It's something.
In Europe, that's passing. Sorry.
you
Sorry.
all together jointly begin to sort of move quietly, getting lower to the ground, slow down your movement as you progress forward through the streets, following Thessaly's magical beacon on General Iregloom. You all basically find yourselves around, like, kind of up and around the bend of a street, until eventually you all get pretty close, and you start to hear something. You can hear like the sound of hoofs on cobblestones, and up ahead of you, basically towards the end of the street, you can see what appears to be a large wagon that is being pulled by two like war horses. You see a contingent of soldiers, about 10 or so, that are carrying what look like just longbows that are kind of like fanned out and around this wagon. And then behind the wagon, you see kind of like standing a little bit apart, you see 4 figures in robes with hoods pulled up.
What color?
The color of the robes, it appears to be like a deep gray, deep gray, nearly black.
Are
Or
there
dwarven.
crowns?
Nothing
on
that
the-
you can see. Nothing that you can see from this distance. You're still probably, let's say, like 100, 150 feet away
Okay.
at this
More
point.
horses.
Um,
Wagon.
And at which point, there is a bit of a noise from behind you.
I don't know where that could come from.
As Kellic, sorry, bud.
Not my day.
Kellic, you, how, you tell me, what happens that, Kellic is basically forced to make a noise that draws the attention of these creatures.
Aw.
It could be you hit something, you slip, something falls from your grasp, it could be anything you want, but something happens.
I mean,
And to save you any further mortification, I'll let you describe to me how, like, what happens. Oh,
just for fun,
yeah.
let's say I'm reflexively checking my bag for a certain item, certain risque item, and I notice its absence. And in the moment that I turn, I just kick a stone that goes against gravity, it would seem, just like skitters endlessly in front of us across the cobblestone,
It's still going.
All right.
and then collides with like a helmet that's on the ground.
Bing. All right. And as you do so, the rock hits against like skips across this street that you guys find yourselves in, and you hear that loud ping. And one of the figures, there's also 2 figures who kind of appear to be more heavily armored, who are kind of out in front of this retinue of soldiers. One of them raises their hand and signals a halt.
Can we take cover?
Mm-hmm. And then points at one of the other heavily armed figures, and then grabs like 4 of the archers and just like does like a quick series of hand gestures. What was your stealth check again?
Me?
Yeah,
14.
14. Okay. And these soldiers kind of start to fan out and begin to walk down the street towards you guys.
Do we see them coming?
These 2 do. I'm going to say you 2 are out in front. So you 2 are the ones who are actually observing this. The rest of you are back around the corner, kind of, so do not see this yet. What do the 2 of you do?
I don't know.
Do they look directly in our direction, or do they look where the sound came from?
They look where the sound came from, but it's like you guys are kind of coming this way.
Yeah.
There's like a street that you guys are kind of around the corner here, right? And then the stone got kicked across the street in basically the street that they're coming up. So they're just they don't look like, they don't appear to spot you. But they
Just
do
really
start
quickly,
moving that
I will
direction.
just pull Thess and try and back up around the corner.
Okay.
Come, quickly.
Okay.
I try to be quiet and let him tug me, I guess. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go based on your previous stealth checks, but you guys see the 2 of them kind of like duck quickly around the corner.
Can I pull out and see what's happening? Pull
Yeah,
forward?
if you want to come
invisible.
forward.
I'm invisible.
Yeah,
so
if you want to come forward and duck around the corner for sure.
I do.
Okay, yeah. You see a total of 6 figures that are like basically moving forward down the street. With 4 of them have bows that are like arrows knocked and are kind of like they've got tension on them, and then 2 are 2 actually look pretty similar to the guards of the first servant that you saw at Darham Keep. They're dressed very similarly, outfitted very similarly, and they are like pulling weapons as they're moving forward up to this juncture that you guys find yourselves at.
If I can, I will stow my symbol of the mirror.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I would like to ready a particular action should things go they're not awry yet, but if things should go awry and start to get violent, I guess is what I'm going to try to discern as awry.
Okay.
Can I just have that action readied?
What are you readying?
A particular feature on one of my swords.
Okay. Yes, I will allow you to ready an action to...
Oh, wait, let me clarify that. You said that there was like a contingent of cloaked figures.
Mhm.
Do I feel that Ire Gloom is at the center of that?
Oh, with your
Or is she
spell.
on the
Yeah, 'cause your
wagon?
thing.
Yeah, because I can sense where she is.
She's in the wagon.
She's in the wagon?
wagon.
Okay,
Yes.
I would still like to keep that action ready then.
Okay.
Should things go awry, and by that I mean clearly, specifically violent.
Okay.
How close are the figures to each other?
Currently, they're... Let's see, hang on.
Would they fit within a 10-foot radius sphere?
I believe so. Hang on, let me double check.
Let me
here.
ask the actual question that I want to know.
Is
the answer.
readying the
Um,
sword gonna get rid of the spell?
Yes.
It's not a spell.
It's not a spell? Okay, cool.
It's a feature.
It's a feature. Yeah.
All but one, probably, because the street's about 30 feet across. So like, and they're kind of like, basically there's 6 figures and they're kind of all evenly spaced, like sweeping up the street. So you could get like, if you'd get,
If I
there's
center
going
it,
to
I
be
can get
one,
okay. Or
there's
if
going
I
to be
can-
one person who's going to be outside of it.
Okay,
Yeah, to one side.
because it's a
but the-
10-foot radius.
Yeah,
It's
10
20
foot
feet.
radius,
Okay.
and the street's about 30 feet across.
Okay.
So there will be, I'd say, one figure who's going to be outside of it.
Okay. I see them coming towards us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna reach out to them under my cloak, and I'm gonna cast confusion.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
have to make wisdom saving throws
Okay.
against a 20.
Okay.
20?
Okay.
Just a little saving throw, nothing.
Let me see here.
Fusion.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
It's a 4th level spell, so I need to go over to my
Yeah.
spell slot.
Okay.
This is my favorite kind of
new
anxiety.
dice from one of our lovely.
Oh, snap.
We appreciate you, but
fans
I
on
hope they
Discord.
roll terribly.
We love you so much, but
Okay.
Nah.
So wisdom saving throw.
Roll bad.
All right. The 2 elite bodyguards. Yeah, 19 on that one. So 19 plus. So he's. Oh God.
Oh no.
My backpack.
That's really fun.
I have another dice from the same person. Okay, so one of them succeeds. Other one, natural 1.
Yeah.
Dwerger, though? Because don't they have like
No.
a resistance or
No,
whatever?
these
Okay.
guys do not.
No, these are not the
These
close
are
ones.
so
Okay.
These are just
they look like
Kaldurian
they're
soldiers.
bodyguards.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
elite bodyguards.
So there's 6 and
Why does
5.
it- so-
5 were captured. So 1 didn't, but 1
so
did.
to the 2 bodyguards, you got 1 success, 1 failure. Now I'm going for 3, of the archers. 2. 15 plus. Don't think it's going to be enough though. They don't have that high. And that's all 3.
Massive.
That's all 3. Right?
that's awesome.
That's all
yeah,
three.
well, no, that's
Okay.
4. So that's 4. total.
All 3 archers and one
one's
bodyguard.
out. So you got the 2
Two
bodyguards,
bodyguards,
the 3,
and then the
total
3.
of 6 people. So yeah, you got 5. You got all 5 that you could get in the radius.
And of those 4
and
of
of
them.
those 5, only 1 guy succeeded.
Okay.
Ding.
Great.
So,
good.
which
do you
is
want me
the-
to cast? Do you want me to use my wild magic first, or do you want to see what they're gonna do first?
Let's see what they're gonna do first. So what? And then I think I got to roll a d10.
You have to roll a
right?
d10, and
Okay.
it's determined by the roll. So
Okay,
each
cool.
one rolls.
So let me get these arranged. All right, ready? 5 for the archer, for one of the archers. So 5, 6, and
Right,
6.
sitting here.
Or for the archers.
Yeah.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay. For the bodyguard who failed, 5.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Okay. And for the one who succeeded, he is unaffected, right? Because he succeeds on the save.
Succeed. It's yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the people who succeed. Oh, if it succeeds, yeah.
Okay.
It can also take at the end of each turn, they can do the wisdom save again.
Okay, cool. All right. So, you cast the spell, and what is it? How does it manifest? What does confusion look like for Oma?
I haven't thought about that.
So two of them are frozen.
All but one are
just
stop in their tracks.
frozen.
Wow.
All but
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Hell
So as I reach my hand out to them, it's almost like a pulse of like energy that just kind of washes over them.
Okay. All right.
Wild magic.
Rattles their brains.
Go ahead and roll wild magic search for me.
So I have to beat a 6.
You got
All right.
this. How far away are we?
We're all together.
Yay.
Mhm.
Or you don't know because I'm invisible.
Love
Yay.
that. Love that for me.
17.
Nice.
17.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So, Oma, you cast the spell, getting 4 of these 6 people caught up in the effects of your confusion spell. The one bodyguard who succeeded on the save shouts out that we are under attack. They don't know where from or what, but they know that these are elite bodyguards. They know a spell has been cast on them.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
he just seems, he screams out, "We're under attack!
Okay.
Fan out!" And I think this is about the time for us to roll some initiative.
Well, if that's clearly fine, if he's saying we're under attack, can I take that as
your ready to action goes off?
okay? I can feel where she is.
You feel where she is.
I know she's in the carriage.
Yeah. You know she's in the
So
carriage.
if I can get I'm just gonna make meaningful eye contact with Seeker.
You can speak before.
Okay,
you
can I?
You get a
Okay.
quick second. You get
Okay.
you get a little bit to talk if you'd like to.
Move away from me
Okay.
and just act with that trusting look. Just do it. I am going to use the feature on Fenra's talon, and because I can sense where she is, and because I read this very carefully, I don't need to see the space to occupy it.
You do
It just
not.
has to be within 60 feet of me.
Wait. Whoa.
That's
So I would like
me?
So I would like to enter the carriage and have my swords ready in a position to essentially take May Iregloom hostage as I enter the carriage in a swirling vortex of fire.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It doesn't say I have to see the space. I just have to know where it is. I can just sense it, and I know where she is. I know where she is,
okay.
and I have locate creature on.
That's so sick.
Right?
You made
Did I break it? I'm sorry. Did I break
Poor
it?
Seth.
No.
Poor Seth.
This is awesome.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man. Okay. We're under attack. Your fucking thing goes off.
Wow. What a
Oh
move.
shit. Oh fuck. Okay.
It's okay.
What a
Everyone's
Is it? I think we can rewind and I can take it back.
We cannot. It is done.
Okay.
It's awesome. Okay. So you guys see, Seeker, especially you're very close. You feel the heat.
Yeah.
As suddenly Thessaly just in this vortex of flames, whoosh, and vanishes from your sight. As Thessaly, you feel your consciousness transported across the distance and kind of in this weird lurching it's like you're pulled from the center of your chest, and you are surrounded by the interior of a pretty heavily armored wagon. And you see before you a woman who is draped in resplendent, beautiful plate mail, the symbol of Kaldor emblazoned, the hammer, the city resting upon the top of the hammer. You see a beautiful, deep blue, cerulean blue cloak that is sort of draped across their shoulders. And you see pale skin that has just the slightest undertone of golden. With beautiful amber colored eyes and long straight black hair that is tied backwards in a warrior's braid, and done up with very tight leather cords pulled back away from the face. And sitting next to them, like in a sheath, is a huge greatsword, like probably at least like a palm thick, and you appear behind this woman with your sword across her neck.
Yep, long sword at the throat.
What do you say?
Okay. So sorry. I didn't know if I was going to get to do this.
Well, because you were holding an action, so this happens technically
all at the same time.
like right before initiative is triggered.
All right. May I, Glue? I say this as an ex-soldier of the Caldorian military. I know you to be a sensible woman. There does not need to be any bloodshed right now. Step out of this carriage with me, and I promise you, you will have your life.
Oh.
Oh, that's damn good.
So fucking sick, dude.
What?
Thessaly, I need you to roll your choice of an intimidation or persuasion check for me.
Do you need me to declare which
Actually,
it is?
it's going to be persuasion. This is a very
Okay.
hard woman to frighten.
I was going to say, my intent is actually not to frighten her.
Cool.
Oh man.
I think that should be an advantage. That's really fucking cool.
That rolled so far.
Journey.
That's a 23.
Ooh.
Oh!
You hear the shout of the creature or of the bodyguard who says, "We're under attack." And you appear in the wagon, sword against the neck of this woman. Say these words. Very well. Hold!
Oh!
Pick up there next time. I need to think about what the fuck's about to happen.
Top tier.
Top tier.
That was so sick.
Top shelf.
I can't high five you, but
Top shelf.
Your arms are long. You
Oh,
can do it.
I forgot how long my arms are.
Oh, God. Seth.
Good
Oh
gravy.
my god.
So sick. I just love the sequence of like the guards literally like get stopped in their tracks by the confusion, and then
Yeah, and then this fucking whoosh of like flame from around the corner.
yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to let you do your thing first, because I was like, this is going to have a visual effect, so
Yeah.
I only want to
no
use
worries.
it
Don't wanna
if
pull the
shit
trigger.
gets
Yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
do the thing.
All right.
Do the
Oh
thing.
yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
What are we doing?
Holy shit.
yeah.
I
we're
need
here.
a minute. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Oh man. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
What am I gonna do?
Hey nerds, Shane here, coming at you from my living room where it's a little more reverby. Thanks so much for listening to that episode of Venture Forth. We really appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to take a moment to thank y'all for being with us. We now have been making episodes with Seth for pretty close to a year. We're going to Comic-Con this year, which is crazy go nuts. It's just been a really amazing 2024 for us. So I just wanted to extend a very special thank you to all of y'all who have been here listening and watching and hanging out in the Discord, and especially those of you who are all up in our Patreon. Forgive me for putting it that way, but thanks for being part of the Patreon. Those folks are directly responsible for the level of quality that we have been able to maintain creating this show, and I can tell you that because I just finished editing the episodes. So believe me when I say I am thoroughly acquainted with the things that make this thing possible, because I have direct interaction with all of them. So thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you next time. And bye, nerds.